Imagine this. You're 30,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean. The cabin lights are low, most passengers asleep, and the faint hum of the engines fills the silence. Flight attendants move quietly down the aisle, offering water with practiced calm. Everything feels ordinary until the intercom crackles to life and the captain's trembling voice breaks the stillness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If there are any combat pilots on board, please come forward immediately. A wave of confusion sweeps through the cabin. Heads turn, murmurs ripple through the rows. In seat 10A, a young woman stirs from uneasy sleep. No one could have known that what she'd do next would decide the fate of everyone on that plane. Her name was Elena Carter, 29 years old, a former Air Force fighter pilot who walked away from the cockpit 2 years ago after a mission that still haunted her. Today, she looked like any other traveler. Jeans, hoodie, hair tied back. Just another soul running from her past. No one around her knew she had once flown F-16s through fire and chaos, that she had faced death and lived to tell about it. She boarded this flight seeking silence, earbuds in, a half-read book open, exhaustion finally winning, but the captain's words cut through her drowsy calm like a knife. Combat pilots. Her pulse quickened. Why would a commercial jet need a combat pilot? Her instincts screamed to move. Her fear begged her not to. She unbuckled her seatbelt slowly, the ghosts of her last mission flashing before her. Her squadron, the explosion, the comrades she couldn't save. She had promised herself, never again, never back in the sky. But the captain's voice wasn't just scared, it was desperate. And Elena knew that kind of desperation meant one thing. Lives were hanging by a thread. She rose, walked the aisle, ignoring the whispers that followed. Is she a pilot? What's happening? Inside the cockpit, chaos reigned. The captain was drenched in sweat. His co-pilot slumped unconscious beside him, oxygen mask dangling uselessly. Red lights blinked. Warning alarms screamed. The plane had been swallowed by a brutal storm, and systems were failing one by one. "We've lost autopilot," the captain gasped. "My co-pilot's down. Turbulence damaged the controls. If I black out too, we're done." Elena's training came rushing back like muscle memory. She scanned the panels, fingers brushing across controls that felt both foreign and familiar. Commercial jet or not, flying was flying. "I can handle this," she said. The captain stared, stunned. "Who are you?" "Call sign Viper," she replied evenly. "United States Air Force. Retired." She slid into the co-pilot's seat, gripping the yoke just as the plane jolted violently. Outside, lightning split the sky. In the cabin, masks dropped. Passengers screamed. Prayers filled the air. Elena didn't flinch. She'd flown through missile fire, dodged death more times than she could count. Compared to that, this storm was just another enemy to outsmart. "Left engine's unstable," she muttered. "Hydraulics failing," the captain warned. "Then we fly her like a wounded bird," Elena replied. Together they wrestled the aircraft through violent winds. Every adjustment demanded precision. One wrong move, and they'd fall from the sky. In the cabin, terrified passengers clung to each other, unaware that the quiet woman from row 10 was fighting for their lives. A little girl whispered to her mother, "Is she an angel?" Her mother, through tears, nodded. Time blurred. Minutes felt like hours. Fuel dwindled. The storm refused to let go. Elena's arms burned, her vision blurred. But she didn't stop. Then through the rain, she saw it. Faint lights slicing through the darkness. A runway, a coastal airbase. Hope. "This is Delta 473, she radioed, voice steady. "Former U.S. Air Force pilot at controls. Request emergency landing static." Then a reply crackled through. "Copy that, Viper. You're clear to land. We're with you." The runway loomed closer, wind battering the jet, trying to throw it off course. Passengers braced for impact, praying under their breath. Elena blocked it all out. Just her, the plane, and the storm. "Easy. Steady," she whispered. The wheels screeched. The plane bounced. Once, twice, before slamming down hard. She fought the controls, brakes screaming, until finally, blessedly, the jet rolled to a halt. Silence. Then a roar of cheers, sobs, applause. Elena pulled off her headset, hands trembling. The captain turned to her, voice breaking. You just saved 300 souls. She shook her head softly. No, they saved me. For years she had carried the guilt of survival, believing she didn't deserve peace after losing her comrades. But tonight, gee,